Kanye West faces lawsuit over poor working conditions, dangerous demands from staff.
Kanye West is now getting sued big time by multiple people and is being accused of putting his employees in unsafe working conditions while trying to turn his Malibu mansion into a literal bomb shelter.
Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill everybody that works here? Do you understand that? Because it's just super irresponsible and super dangerous.
What is going on here, guys? Now, the first lawsuit claims that the staff at the mansion had inadequate accommodations and had to sleep on makeshift arrangements and conditions since the house, of course, was still under construction. And according to Tony Saxon, who is the plaintiff in this case, he didn't have a proper place to sleep and he had to use his coat as a makeshift bed on the floor next to exposed insulation.
Well, I could say insane. You never know what you're gonna get next. The nice one, the pastor, or the crazy rapper dictator.
Tony Saxon started working for Kanye's security back in September of 2021, and he was also given construction related tasks. And photos from the case show that Kanye's employees, they had to endure poor conditions without access to beds, blankets, or pillows while the house was being renovated.
Kanye West, he made workers sleep on the floor and fired one when he complained about dangerous working conditions.
The employee, Tony, he has made more claims in addition to the complaints about poor working conditions. Like, check this out.
If you don't do what I ask you to do, all right, and if you don't listen to me, then you are an enemy. I'm not gonna give you an opportunity anymore.
He's accusing Kanye West of retaliating against him for refusing to carry out dangerous requests. So what type of dangerous requests are we talking about here? Well, Tony alleges that while he was working on renovating a house bought by Kanye, Kanye West asked for the removal of electricity and windows, which was considered extremely risky and dangerous.
He says he was instructed to remove all the windows and electricity from the building to turn the house to a bomb shelter.
When Tony didn't comply with this request, well, he says that he was abruptly told to leave his job. Boom, that was it. He was fired.
Tony claims he was fired after refusing to move power generators inside because of safety concerns.
Kanye West is also currently facing another lawsuit from his former manager, Thomas St. John. Now, this has to do with firing, but it doesn't have to do with any unsafe working conditions or anything. Thomas St. John claims that he was unfairly fired without proper payment and is seeking $4.5 million in damages. Back in December of 2022, Thomas filed a complaint with the court stating that he had difficulty reaching Kanye West to serve him with legal documents related to the lawsuit that he initiated in October of that year.
St. John reportedly told the courtroom during a hearing that he hasn't had the opportunity to serve Kanye with the legal documents regarding the lawsuit.
Kanye West had hired Thomas as his senior financial advisor and chief financial officer, and they had a contract for 18 months. They agreed on a monthly salary as well as a $300,000 retainer fee as part of this deal. However, Thomas claims that he was suddenly fired just a few months into the contract, which he believes goes against their agreement completely. So he's seeking what he thinks that he's owed. This includes $900,000 for the work that he has done up until this point, as well as $3.6 million for the rest of the contract, as well as additional damages.
Thomas St. John is now seeking $4.5 million in damages, as well as retainers for the remaining term of the defaulted agreement, which is set to end in November 2023.
Although Thomas started the lawsuit months ago, well, he hasn't been able to move forward with anything because he hasn't been able to serve Kanye West with the necessary legal documents. And also in a recent report, it was mentioned that Kanye West and his wife Bianca have been actively avoiding his lawyers, even though he's facing several lawsuits here. So this is one of the reasons why they've been traveling outside of America to places like Italy, Germany, and the UK, just to completely avoid this, stay away. It's definitely gonna be a lot to deal with, so I'm sure it's kind of therapeutic for Kanye West and his wife to not have to deal with the legal stuff right now, but eventually when they get back to America, they're gonna have to deal with that. On that note, guys, I'm going to end off on this one. As always, I turn it over to you where I want to hear your thoughts and comments about this. So be sure to sound off down below. And thanks for hanging out with me here on FTD News. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Boom.